Hi. I just turn on a couple of more lights. Hi guys, so really quick before I go to work, I just wanted to do a little video. I'm going to try to do some sort of a Zen type of drawing where you do repetitive patterns. This is somewhat what I'm going to want to draw. Now, bear in mind with me, this is the very first time since high school that I've tried this. And and even then, I wasn't a professional or nothing. I just something that I'd like to do, even with words. Repetitive words, you know, in the way that you would draw the letters with shading and all that. So today I'm just going to try to do something like this. Now what I did is I got one of these, so I do have this, and it's the 5.5 by 8.5, so 5.5 by 8.5 inch paper here from Canson, the XL. And so what I did, I just got one of these, and I cut it in half. And so in doing that, this way we have a smaller space to cover. So I got, out of the sheet, I got two of them. So I like to work better with small little areas when I do Zen drawing. Let me just pull back just a bit. Let's see if I'm going to do it the right way. Oh, I'm already pulled all the way back. Okay. As right now, as I speak, I'm waiting for Amazon to deliver me a actual arm that gets screwed onto the wall, and then it extends out to hold my camera, opposed to what I have now. What I have now is temporary. You'd probably laugh if you were to see it. It's really ridiculous, but it works for right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to buy some better Sharpie pens. I mean, I did try the Tombow, and I did try the Artist Loft markers, and then of course the best ones are Sharpie, and Sharpie, this is blue, I wanted to use black, and Sharpie it is the best one to use, but I like it in black. You can use it in any color that you want, actually, really, but I like doing it in black and then shading it, really something simple. Okay, so but I'm out of those Sharpies, and I don't want to use the blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the, like I said, the Tombow, and then I'm going to use the, or the Artist Loft, and then I'm going to shade it with the Heathorn. So I have like tons of markers, but not the ones that I need. And I do have this Sharpie here, which is the one that I would use, but it's not it got dull on me because I don't use them that much. And then my granddaughter uses them, and then I don't see them anymore unless I go hunting for them. Anyway, so for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with drawing. I think it's this one that I wanted to use. Yes. I'm going to start drawing a flower like the one I just showed you, somewhat like this one here. So I'm going to start by doing a circle. So I'm just going to draw circles. Now, the trick to this is that you try to create a pattern. You want to see where you're going with it, right? And so I'm going to do something like this, and I think it'll look very nice by the time that I get done. So I'm just keeping it nice and simple. So basically, I know there's more rules that you would do. You want to get them symmetrically the same, but I like to get smaller and smaller, you know, in some areas. It gives it more of a, I don't know, of a different pattern, of course. But anyway, so here we go. And try to keep them the same. And we only have 4 of them, okay? So that's the goal. Keep them about the same size. On everything, remember, is symmetrical. And also, you know, when you need to, like in this case here, I had to go behind this petal here, so be mindful of that. And you want to do them basically almost, you know, the same size. Okay. Unless you're going for a smaller patterns, and then when they will, then at that time, of course, they will start going, you know, into a smaller type of size. Like on here, I should have gone bigger here, but I just went ahead and did it that way. In other words, I should have kept the same size here with this one, but I didn't. Okay, so they're, and you know, and it has to be fun, because when it becomes an assignment, when art becomes an assignment, and when art becomes something that there's so much instruction to me, it's not fun any longer. Now, I know that okay, so I know that there are instructions to drawing, you know, and it, you know, even a face, and it comes out beautiful when you start doing the lines and inside that circle to get your eyes even and stuff like that. But I'm a type of person that I'd rather just, without the lines, start drawing. I'm a freehander, if that's what you would call it. Probably not. I don't know. But I've always been that way since I started drawing. I think I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to add a couple of small ones. Now remember, when it comes to Zen doodling, Zen drawing, or whatever, I truly believe that, and I don't know all the instruction, guys. There's some of you that are actually professionals out there, and you're probably going to say, what is she talking about? But to me, I think you want to cover up as much of the space in between as possible, because what's going to happen is that you want to be able to color in between the actual spaces, the blank spaces that are left in between. And you believe me, I mean, I don't think you'd want to have such a great area to be painting unless you're using watercolor brush, because with a marker, again, this is just me, I don't know, it just takes forever, and I don't like to take forever. Especially when it comes to something that's supposed to be truly fun and enjoyable. So over here, I'm trying to fill up as much spaces as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And a lot of times they'll do little lines on the sides. Now what I am going to do is I am going to draw within the petals just some little markings on there. It kind of gives it a bit of a more pattern. Now I do have to go to work, so I'm hoping this doesn't take too long. I'm hoping you're able to see what I'm doing. Let me get a little bit closer, guys, just so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Oh, sorry, that camera just keeps moving. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, and just, you know, this is something that you can do fairly quickly, or something that you just want to take your time on, you know. It's up to you. Basically, I believe that I'd like to take more time on it, and I will. But for right now, I'm just doing this part of it. So I'm trying to, so right now I'm going to go ahead and put, I believe, the shadows around it. Again, I believe you want to act like where's the light source, right? Somewhat. So that's what you want to do. So where is your light source? And in this case, it's coming from this top, I'm thinking. So I'm just doing this. I'm just going to go around there. And I don't know my light source too well either, but I try. It just kind of gives it a more interesting, you know, effect as far as the light source. And it looks, you know, it just looks very interesting. I was looking into how to zen eyes, or how to get my home more zen, because it is my home and I like to relax in my home. I am semi-retired basically, and I take relaxation in my home very seriously. In other words, because it is my home, it is my place of peace. And so I love it very much. And so I am a very, I'm not in a relationship right now, but I'd love to be. But I haven't met anyone as of yet. And really, because I really don't go anywhere, it's not like I'm in pursuit big time. But truly, I mean, I'd love to have someone spend an addition to my life, you know, is what they would be. Okay, but for right now, I'm okay. All right, so so here we go. I just am still looking for spots in which I would need to add some gray here, usually in the little areas here like this. I mean, it is a bit darker. You're gonna find that as you're moving along, that you're finding more and more areas where possibly where you could put, you know, gray spots. Now in this case here, I am learning that you can put gray spots over, like, see, like in these two petals right here. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd want to put a gray spot on there, but a shadow, in other words, but I do. I don't know, the professionals out there would be the best ones to tell you that. But anyway, again, because I kind of diverted off of what I was saying. The way I got into this again was because I was looking for a zenful type of easy art, that's how I say it, to enjoy while I'm at home, instead of the more time-lapse type of art that you have to spend hours upon hours drawing goddesses and this and that, and you know, because they do take quite a long time, actually. I mean, they do. And so I was kind of looking for something like that. And then I bounced on some Zen, and then also I was some Zen art and doodles. And then I was also looking for how to per se, I think I'm going to need a bigger one for this one here to color in. Let's use the oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. How to motivate my room, my home, into more of a Zen energy type of a thing. Because, and now I'm going to color the spots black. Now, please bear with me. I don't know if I should have done the gray before I did the black. And I see where I should have put gray on here, but right here. But that's okay. So I was looking for that, and for type of, like, you know, what do I do? How do I get my home to be more zen full? And then I realized that, hey, wow, you know, it's like, look at this Zen patterns. And I remembered when I used to do them. Not that I took it in high school, but I just did it. Shadows, and try to fill up your page with, you know, repetitive patterns and things like that. Now there's a lot of tangles, per se. They call them tangles, I believe, which are little designs, curves and circles and things that you can do, you know, when it comes to what you're drawing, as far as the actual pattern that you're using. Maybe I should have put the shadow afterwards, but maybe not, because this is pretty black, and the gray I don't think would have shown very much over the over the black. I think I'm doing it okay, putting the shadow on first, but I think what I need to do is to be very careful not to shadow with the dark shadow base, which is my black here, over the shadow itself. I have to treat the shadow itself as part of the actual drawing. Oh guys, it just reflected on me that I'm doing this without my glasses. Ooh. All right. So basically it's just a lot of fun. So that is how I came to do this again, and I thought I love it. And it's so much relaxing, especially like if you take your time. Right now I'm in a hurry. I gotta jump in the shower, get ready, go to work. And I do work for a thrift store. So it's just 3 days out of the week, but it benefits the women's shelter here in my community. So I love doing that. So that's where I work at, in a thrift store that benefits the women's shelter here in my community. Okay, so basically, yes, you want to fill up all of the actual white space on here, and it can take a bit of time, but oh, I love these Tombow. Yeah, I bought me a little package of them. Because I found them locally at, believe it or not, at the Walmart. And so so you get the idea, guys, you know, as to what I'm doing here. Yours would probably come out a lot better than mine. This is the first time I've tried it again after, oh my God, like forever, since I was in high school back in the 70s, and we're 2020. I mean, yeah, I gave away my age. Yes, I'm going to be 64 this coming August. So it'll be my birthday. So, but either way, I'm having fun. And, okay, so let's see. And when you're coloring it, you know, the shadows, I mean, you can make yourself partitions like I do here to get it going, but just be mindful of the patterns that the marker will leave behind. Okay, like I said, I mean, so better to sit down, relax with your favorite cup of tea, your favorite, oops, oh my God, so sorry about that. Your favorite cup of coffee. I went way out of that. I don't like when I do that. Oh my goodness, I get into my drawing and then I get to talking and I just totally miss up on the, that you guys, I'm talking away and then you guys aren't seeing what I'm actually painting. Sorry. I apologize. I am going to put this video up though, guys. You are going to see it, but oh my goodness, not until I get I'm waiting for my arm, my camera arm that hooks up to the wall to come in, and that way hopefully it'll give me a more area to draw on. Okay, well, I do have it zoomed in at this point too, but you know. Okay, guys, so those of you out there that already know how to doodle and been doing it for the rest of your life or your whole life, I just kind of did this really quick like. Let me pull back a bit now so you can kind of overall see the whole thing without my camera shaking, but because like I said, that's not so there you go. Basically, so this is very pretty. It's kind of cute. I did do this on one of my list checklist, kind of a little tablet thing here, and then this one here, just not with you guys. And like I was saying, be mindful of what your marker is going to leave behind. Now you want to be able to, if it's swirlies that you're doing, you want to be able to leave swirlies. Like in this case, I mean, these are just up and down lines. I could add stems, but I'm not going to, like with the white. I could try it. Also, you have your center, you know, the middle here. You could possibly go ahead and at this point, let me just grab this one here, and you could just paint those. Oh, but you know what? The black is getting on it. So, but I already started it. So just be mindful of all that stuff, you know. And make it pretty. Maybe I should have used like lavender instead of yellow. But I think that looks very pretty right there. You know, you just make it yours. Because you're going to grab your own style. You're going to have your own way of doing these things. Also, let's see here. I don't know. Let's see. This is like a more gold type of a, you know. And just, you know, kind of, you know, color in there. You don't have to, but this is something that you could do. Just to kind of give it some shadow, if you know what I mean. So you're kind of looking at that there. Okay. I know I'm like speeding through this, you know, and I shouldn't be, but I was so excited. I just wanted to get this video out. And sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's a bad decision, guys, to hurry up. And because once you post, it's posted, you know what I mean? And then if you put it on public, oh well, you know, there's not much to say, oh, never mind, I don't want it up there because you already did it. So that's the thing. But you know, I mean, you know, don't make life so difficult for yourself or for anyone around you. I mean, you know, like the saying goes, you know, you only live once, do things, have fun, you know, you're experimenting. People are people, and basically we're a lot of people with a lot of different types of personalities and characteristics, you know, so we, you know, each one of us is our own style, and that's why we have friends, you know, and groups and stuff. But just remember one thing, guys, you know, we're all human, we're all people, and so we're all just trying to do something in this world, you know, through art or whatever that it may be. So if I could find the white pen, which like I said, my granddaughter uses it. Here it is. And sometimes I use it. And I don't know if this is going to be enough. This is the Jelly Roll. I do have some other ones somewhere. Sometimes this Jelly Roll is not something, see, it's just so, it just disappears, you know, within what I'm drawing. But it kind of gives it some sort of a little shadow, you know. I mean, I'm just kind of following along. It's not really doing anything, but you can, I guess. See it? It's not doing anything against the black, really, per se. So I would need something more. I do use these sometimes, the big whiteout, the things to that. One time I went like this and I was shaking it. And the whole thing just, it made a hole or something and it just cracked. I think they're back here. It was weak. I don't know for what. Anyway, I took it back and they gave me another one. They said that had happened to someone else too. So just be very careful. I think these right here though, you have to, until the paint comes out. I think I have to squeeze. I have to squeeze like in this area. Oh, there we go. But I'm just scared because sometimes it doesn't give you a beautiful outline as you're squeezing. See, I might even make it worse instead of, you know. But you know what I mean, guys. Just use the art stuff that you've been using for a long time, you know, that you're familiar with, and don't try anything new. I'm very bold. I'm not afraid of challenges. I believe that's why I've had the jobs I've had before, and they're great jobs. A job that I would never think to myself that I could ever, in a million years, be my job, because, you know, we think that way sometimes. So right here, I'm just putting in some little dots in between. So you can actually create it any old way that you'd like. Remember, this is hard because I have to squeeze at the same time. And have to be very careful that I'm not over squeezing, because I could make a whole blob just pour out of it, if you know what I mean. So okay, and I believe that's, see, like right here, just drew a line instead of a dot. So I believe that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign my name. But let me show you something, what I meant. Be mindful of the marks that the marker's gonna leave behind. So in this case, because they're petals, I might just wanna go a few of them like this, you know, just kind of like this is the way that I colored it per se. And you just kind of keep repeating some sort of a same pattern. And then when it dries, you're kind of also looking at, you know, at petals somewhat, you know. So you're kind of, it's the same pattern, guys, you know, that you're repeating. And it's up to you if you want to, again, oh, let me get it in the camera, gee whiz. And so you kind of just repeat the pattern. Be mindful of what you're leaving behind as you're stroking. So see, that looks a lot better to me. Now if you look at it, so now you got beautiful coordinating brush strokes, after brush strokes, I should say. And sometimes you might want to take a pen and kind of go over, you know, what you did draw. Just kind of give it a more shape to it. It's beautiful anyway, and I'm still learning with those shadows there, you know, so just kind of be mindful of that. But if you, right now, because I'm so in a hurry to get dressed still, so you just kind of take your time, do it beautiful, and you know, and you'll have a beautiful Zen type of energy, repetitive pattern here. I do kind of like the way the white looks on the outline, but you just kind of want to remind it, hey, you do have a shape here. So just a little, you know, just here and there. It works perfect. Okay, I also don't want the camera to run out of time on me, and it's coming up to that. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just write my name on here if it'll work for me. Let's see here. I need to make it, okay. Okay, and there you go. And it's 2020. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful one, and thank you for joining me. And there you go. All right. And don't forget your official host for your Zen Energy Art Party. That is moi here. That is me here. I am the founder of that. Your official Zen Energy Art Party. Copyrighted and trademarked. So here I am, and I'm going to start having classes, private classes in my home at $25 per person. Have a good one. Bye-bye, guys. Love y'all. On.